Googly eyes make everything better. I can remember when Banjo-Kazooie first came out for the Nintendo 64 way back in the day, and I was so excited for it. I was on holiday with my family at the time. We were up in Scotland and I didn't have my N64 with me, but I read the manual and I read the warranty booklet back to back. I had everything on the box. I was super excited for this game. I didn't really play Banjo-Tooie that much, but this is where Yooka-Laylee comes in. Because although we're not going to talk about the legacy of Banjo-Kazooie and what happened to him after Microsoft took over, because let's be honest, Nuts and Bolts was a terrible game, but some of the core team behind the first couple of games went off and made Playtonic Studios, set up a Kickstarter, got funding, and made Yooka-Laylee. And back in 2017, that game came out to critical applause. It was a really good game. It was a little bit rough around the edges for a few certain things, but this is where Yooka-Replaylee comes in. And although the name might be a little bit of a tongue twister, this is not just a remaster, it's a remake from the ground up of that 2017 game from Playtonic. I was lucky enough to give them the code by the team over at Rapid Reviews, and I wanted to share my thoughts on everything with it. So, let's crack open a cold one and get right into it.
Yes, are you going to finish that croissant?
Yooka-Replaylee is a remake of the 2017 game Yooka-Laylee. Now, there were a few things that were wrong with Yooka-Laylee when it first came out. Some of the controls were a little bit hit and miss, the camera was a little bit annoying as well, and they've kind of fixed all that and spruced the game up a little bit. It looks really good now as well. Changed a lot of the mechanics behind it, but still kept that original charm. If you take one look at this game, it is easy to see that this game is the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. And that kind of makes sense given that a core group of the team behind this game originally worked on that. Thank you, by the way, because that game was one of my favorite games of my childhood. And speaking about how this game looks, let's talk about... Honestly, this game looks incredible. Now, yes, it is a 3D platform game. I am not going into this game, and you shouldn't be going into this game expecting it to look like some hyper-realistic video game from the future, okay? It's not. It has got charm by the boatload, though. First off, googly eyes on everything. Everything looks great. It looks hilarious. It's got that charm. It's got that whimsy that comes with it. It's got that fun element to it. It was really pleasing to just have this visual sort of euphoria come over me. Ooh, that's very deep, really, then. But that's not to say that the game is simple and boring looking. There's loads of charm, loads of character that comes across with this. Now, yes, the worlds aren't as hyper detailed as you'd find in games like Astrobot or Mario Sunshine or any of the games of that type of ilk from the big studios, okay? Because obviously they've got a lot more budget they can throw behind it. Playtonic didn't have that with this game. This game looks incredible though, and that is not to play down anything that they have done with it. They have done an amazing job with this game. It does exactly what you need and no more and no less from a 3D platforming game. I absolutely loved my time playing this game, and the visual side of it was just incredible. The fact that I've got a history with the Banjo-Kazooie franchise means that I've already got like an idea, like a reference point to go to with this, and it really did live up to that. It really did make me feel that that's how Banjo-Kazooie looked when I was playing it as a kid. And also the soundtrack to this game. Some of the composers that worked on this game were part of the Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country team as well, which goes to show because the music in this game was just flawless. Everything just fitted so well. At no point did it feel disjointed, and I think if you can be lost in the game and the music can just tie you into it, it is all working in one great cohesive package. I have quite literally got zero complaints about the soundtrack to this game. It was charming, it was fun, it was childlike with a little bit of a cheeky side to it. It was great. Everything about that side of it was just perfect. And then we talk about the characters themselves and how they talk. Now, there is no voice acting in this game. There is, I guess, noise acting or sound acting, you could say. The characters, they do the typical sort of thing that you'd expect from Banjo-Kazooie-esque games where they'll mumble in this really cutesy sound, kind of like they do in the Animal Crossing games with the villagers when they talk. They don't say words, but they have a text box at the bottom. And even that was amazing. It was really cute. Everything fitted. It was so good. But enough about the presentation side of it. Let's talk about You play as Yooka and Laylee. Yooka being the green chap that you play as, and Laylee being the purple bat that's on your back, much like the Banjo-Kazooie tag team that you had when we were younger. From the offset, you've kind of got access to everything that you can do. You've got a spin attack, you've got a sonar blast which will stun enemies or reveal hidden platforms. You can roll and you can speed boost with it. Kind of the breadth of what you can do with the characters mechanically. Yes, you've got a little bit of trickery you can do where you can glide in the air when you're jumping, and then you can spin attack to get a little bit more distance, but don't expect things on the level of Mario Odyssey with the trickery that you can do for how you can move around, okay? It's kind of not there in that respect. It's a bit more simple. The gameplay in this, though, is enhanced by what are called tonics, and that's obviously playing into Playtonic's name, but you can buy tonics in this game and equip a certain amount of them, and you can unlock more slots as you go to enhance the game. Now, these can be simple things such as changing the presentation of the game and changing how the characters look. It can be ones that add more hearts to your life. It can be ones that give you more stamina. It can be ones that make you die in one hit. There's lots of things that they can do to adjust the game for you. Really is an interesting way of tackling this because it lets you customize how the game is in a certain way. The sad thing is that they don't really add any abilities to it. They just kind of enhance or challenge you a bit more with the game. It doesn't really give you anything new to use. And that's a little bit of a shame because it would have been nice to see you unlock special skills and things like that. I think the only one that I unlocked that was a little bit different was I could do more attacks in a row, but it was still the same attack. It wasn't anything different like that. Like, you have it all from the start. I remember when I played Banjo-Kazooie, you had to unlock the different abilities, but with this, I didn't. You just could go, which was good in a way because it meant you had a lot more freedom, but also it kind of felt like you did it all real quickly and there was nothing else to add to it. The whole reason why you have these abilities and the whole reason why you were doing what you were doing is because you were trying to go out there and capture the missing pages. They're jiggies, but not. And there is actually a jiggy piece in this game as well. Well, there's a few of them in each level and it's great. I love that they've thrown that in there because for someone like me who's old, it was really nice to be reminded of my childhood with that. So thank you very much, Playtonic, for adding in jiggies to this game. The jiggies, were the jiggies the puzzle pieces? I think they were the puzzle pieces. Or the jiggies were the actual character. No, I could be getting the little puzzle pieces that the jigsaw pieces. The reason why you're after these pages is because they make up a book which, when written in, things will come true from it. And capital B is out there trying to capture it all, and you've got to stop him from doing so. So you have to essentially, for nonsensical reasons, collect all these pages, and it's great. It's great fun. It's a nonsensical plot. It's a stupid story, and it is great. It is full of charm. It's exactly what I would expect from this game, okay? From the team that are behind it, it is a perfect story for it. It fits everything so well. You're not alone in this as well. You do meet a whole host of characters, and they do repeat themselves throughout each level, and to get to each level, it's very much you have to have captured a certain amount of these pages to unlock certain doors to allow you to traverse around like the overworld area, and then you can hop into these worlds because they're all segmented off. And there were 5 worlds in this game, each with their own host of collectibles in them. And this game is a collectathon. And like, it's not as bad as DK64 was, but it is up there, all right? There's a lot to pick up. But handily, there is a good like tracker for you in each level, so you know where to go. You can unlock different potions or tonics, sorry, that will allow you to, you know, have easier access to finding these pieces. So yeah, it's great. There's so much to pick up in each level, so much to do. It's good fun, all right? It just kind of feels that after you've done a few minutes of the gameplay, you've kind of understood and unlocked all your abilities and you just kind of use them to your advantage then. But like I said, these levels are made up of a lot of challenges. It can be things such as collecting all the hidden ghosts in a level. It can be traversing to the top of the level and beating the boss that's in there. It can just be finding random ones throughout the level. There's a lot of fun to be had with this game. There's a lot of variety out there. I don't want to spoil it for you because you really should play this and really should pick it up. So I really just want to wrap it up. And in this, Playtonic have made something super charming here, super wholesome and really fun. If you go into this game wanting a fun platforming experience, you are going to get it. Is the game perfect? No. There are a few gripes that I still have with it. The camera did annoy me at times. It was a lot better than it used to be, but it still was a little bit of a gripe at times. Some of the movement mechanics got a little bit on my nerves just because of how simple it was. I wanted a bit more from it. But there was nothing here that took me out of this game. I just found myself sitting there playing it in my living room, or when I'm in between editing videos here, I was playing it on my Portal. Like, it was great fun. I had a really good time playing it. Can't thank Rapid Reviews enough for giving me the code to do this and, you know, make this content for it. But yeah, I had an absolute blast playing this game. And if you do enjoy 3D platform games, if you've got nostalgia, especially for things like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, etc., you are gonna absolutely love this game. I think it is definitely worth checking out. It is 100% an improvement on that original game. It's nothing like Impossible Lair either, so if you played that, don't think you're getting the same game here, because you're really not. Yeah, well done, Playtonic. You did really well. And also, the Shovel Knight cameo in this game was even better in these graphics, okay? It just looks absolutely gorgeous. Great game all around. Seriously, if more games can make me feel like I'm a kid again, that would be brilliant.